Welcome back, fellow golf lovers. My name is Jason Chambers, a PGA teaching professional located in San Juan Capistrano, California, and this is For the Love of Golf, a channel designed to lay out the foundations for you to build your game around for a lifetime of enjoyment and improvement. Why do you play golf? Is it like most? A chance to get away from your daily life for 4 to 5 hours and enjoy time with your mates, or to shoot your lowest round ever? Unfortunately, the only common thing about golf that is out there is the PGA Tour. So every Sunday we see Rory or Scotty bombing drives over 300 yards consistently. They then are able to hit shorter irons into greens, and when their putting is on, you see low 60s. And they make it look so easy. Just swing hard like Rory, or put everything into every shot like Scotty, and the ball will go straight and far. Alas, there's one major difference between them and you. They are freaks. It would be like watching the NBA and then expecting to be able to dunk it like Durant, or for those older folks out there, Jordan. That's irrational. So why do you expect to hit it like the freaks of the world, and do not even get me started on Bryson? So, the first part of today is to set your expectations realistically. Your ability for the majority of golfers to hit an average drive that is longer than 300 yards is akin to your thinking you can dunk it if you just train harder at age 47. Instead, let's see where you currently are and then match course length to the distance for your maximum enjoyment. If you can only hit the ball 200 yards, according to the National Golf Foundation and Arccos data, a 6,300 yard golf course is too long. You should be looking at something in the 5,500 to 5,700 range if you want to enjoy the same type of game the pros play. Again, this is based on your reason for playing. And before you scoff, try it once. Do you think it's any easier? Not for a majority of holes. You still need to put together shots to score. So the no change way to improve your distance and really enjoy the game more would be to move to the proper set of tees for your current game. How do you do this? I propose that you find out how far you currently hit the ball and assess from there. If you are on the wrong set of tees, like 90% of golfers, move up. A system I use for high handicappers to make the game easier without doing the speed work and the associated muscle building is to figure out what your longest club goes right now and break the course up based on that. If your goal is to break 90, that only means you need to hit each green in 1 over regulation. What does that mean? Well, on a regular par 4, you'd attempt to hit it with 3 shots and then 2 putt for bogey. Now, if you're struggling to get the ball in the hole, we'll be discussing that in future videos. Simple as that. Take, for instance, a 360-yard par 4, typical par 4 length for most public golf courses. Take that 360 yards and break it up into 3 shots. That's 120 yards. That is 3 8-irons for an average male golfer and 3 6-irons for the average female golfer. Again, this is the mental side of golf as opposed to just trying to overpower the golf course. Now, if you currently hit the ball 230 yards off the tee, which is further than the average male golfer's distance of 221 yards, you should assess if it's worth trying to gain additional yardage or if you're playing courses that are too long. But if you still want to hit it further and move back to the next set of tees, that's an honorable goal. We first have to determine what's causing your lack of distance. Is it poor contact? Fundamental number 1. If so, speeding up bad contact just makes more terrible outcomes, and we need to work on making your swing more consistent in striking the ball and transferring energy properly. Is it a lack of strength due to body type, age, or other human-related factors? That is one we'll discuss a little later, but it's a major limitation. You are who you are. We need to work with that, unless you can and will make the physical changes to maximize your distance potential. Is your swing pattern efficient enough to generate speed? If you can constantly deliver the club to the ball in a different manner, your pattern is making compensations that need to be timed, and you're slowing yourself down to make these timing changes. Swinging harder will deliver more terrible outcomes than if you swing slowly, and we need to work more to eliminate these compensations. Now here comes the nasty little part of what we're doing to increase speed. If you're striking the golf ball solid and it's going where you want, the fastest way to increase swing speed and thereby your distance is to take a few months off from playing. Your distance control during this process will be worse than awful. And then just do a speed training program. There are many good ones out there, and the main concept is to get used to swinging the club faster while maintaining your consistent mechanics. There's a dirty little secret that few will let you know. In order to build speed in the swing, you have to build the strength to counteract the additional forces created. If you do not have the strength to speed up and you try to, you will hurt yourself. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Here's why. When you swing, the centripetal force of the club working out as you swing works exponentially. The actual formula is velocity squared divided by radius. For instance, swinging a typical driver at 100 miles per hour, the effective weight of the club is 88 pounds. Imagine trying to pull back on 88-pound weight during your swing. Now you see why distance is tough. Now imagine adding 10 miles an hour to that, squaring that speed without changing the radius. Yes, it puts a lot more pressure on you. But if you give yourself the time and build your strength to support the additional speed, the time will allow you to make gains and work on your mechanics at this higher speed, which is where permanent speed gains will happen. Yes, there is a benefit to hitting the ball further, assuming you can do so and keep it in play. But once you have enough power to comfortably reach all of the holes in regulation, more distance is just a luxury until you can reach the short par fours and fives in 1 or 2 strokes respectively. Assuming you're not interested in taking the time off and building a more muscle to handle the additional speed, my suggestion to you is to start playing the right set of tees and then slowly build that speed up over time. In the end, I want you to enjoy the game you love more. That is what my site is for, and that is what my mission is. So stay tuned for more insights and instructions, and if you would like, contact me for more individualized instruction. My contact information is in the link below. Let me help you love your game more.